suppose.
Martin Porter, Greenpeace, been with us since the
beginning.
beginning.
To come here. You've had a lot of great speakers at these Green Mondays. George Monbiot was one. Yeah, who else have you had?
Kate Rayworth.
Kate Rayworth, yeah, lots of great names. And now you've got me, which John Ashworth. Kind of sums up what's happened here. You know, they're just fizzling out. They can't even get anyone famous to oppose them anymore. Right, but anyway, it's been a long story how we got here. You all know it, so I won't tell it you again. Instead, I'll tell you what happened when the frackers came to Barton Moss in Greater Manchester. Now, Barton Moss, some of you have been there, it is the edge of town. On the one side is the Manchester, Salford, Stockport urban conglomeration, and on the other is just countryside, wonderful countryside, great for birds. It's got the oldest canal in Britain, the Bridgewater, the newest, the Manchester Ship Canal. Stevenson's rocket used to go on the railway line there. A historic place, and in 2013 a little bit of history was unfortunately added when iGas came to do some fracking test drilling. And they got a good Manchester reputation. People camped out, and for the 5 months they were there, people every day slow walked their convoys in and out over Barton Moss Road. Now, direct action against fracking had started earlier in 2013 in Balcombe, down in Sussex. That was a bit of fun in the sun. The journalists could come out from London and they could be back home in the city for gin and tonics by sundown. Barton Moss was not quite as good. The weather was, well, not like it is today, really. And the journalists couldn't really be bothered going up there. Even the Guardian, that was kind of sympathetic, couldn't cover us because their one and only journalist north of Watford Gap was covering the Ken Loach trial. But there was the camp, and there was the protesters, and there were some arrests. About 200 all told. Pretty much in 5 a day, not 4, not 6, but 5 most days, giving a whole new meaning to the term getting your 5 a day. Now, at first, they were all arrested for obstructing the public highway, which is, occupational hazard as you're a protester. The only problem being that Barton Moss Road wasn't actually a public highway, it was a private road. And about halfway through the campaign, a judge ruled quite clearly, yeah, it is a private road. You cannot obstruct the public highway if you're not on a public highway. After which, people started being arrested for aggravated trespass. Once again, it's one of those crimes, it's kind of occupational hazard. Problem is, there's the clue about aggravated trespass is in the name. Aggravated is fairly broadly described, but trespass is fairly clear. And Barton Moss Road was a public footpath. But there was a bit of ambiguity about whether it was a public footpath. The problem was, halfway through the campaign, a couple of people turned up and nicked the public footpath sign. Now, we did get a description of them. They were wearing dark blue uniforms, high-vis tops, and they loaded it into a white van with a blue light on the top. If you see anyone matching this description, Greater Manchester Police might want to know. But we have to really thank the police. I mean, protesting can mean you get a criminal record, as XR people know, and that can cause problems. But by arresting us for 2 crimes that weren't really crimes, Greater Manchester Police did kind of ensure we got off with, on the whole, not many prosecutions. But anyway, we were on the edge of the known world as far as the press corps were concerned. But we weren't forgotten. We certainly weren't forgotten by frat-free Lancashire. And thanks to you, thanks to everybody enjoying the fracking community in the north of England, we were able to organise the biggest environmental demonstrations Manchester had ever seen. Yeah, at least they hadn't seen it until the global student climate strike last month. Finally beat our record. Bastards. Yeah. Now, my role in the campaign was coordinating one of the coordinators of the media campaign. Now, at first, that was quite hard, since no one was particularly interested. Got a bit easier as time went by. First of all, when Reclaim the Power dropped a gigantic wind turbine at the gates before Christmas, or gift wrapping it for iGas, that got noticed. And then there was Flaregate. That really got us noticed, when allegedly a flare was fired from the camp at a police helicopter coming to land at the airport nearby. Now, the flare missed the helicopter. It was also missed by everybody in the camp, all the cameras on the airport, everyone who worked in the airport, all the cameras on M62, all the cameras on the secure unit, and the entire population of Earlham and Cadishead. Some towns just flares are like that, aren't they? Nobody spots them. But the press noticed, and after that, my press releases started getting a bit of traction. Now, iGas started off putting out the same press release every day, that the protesters had turned up and were getting in the way of the local people, which is obviously people thought that was a bit odd, because when they looked at the TV, they saw local people getting in the way of iGas. So they kind of gave up until the police took over with their usual stuff about NIMBYs and outside agitators, and sometimes they were the same people, which is a bit of a challenge. But yeah, now I don't know what effect that had on the campaign up here in Lancashire. What I do know is that whilst you were all up here lobbying your councillors, well on the way to making Lancashire the first council to vote against a fracking application.
Woo!
Whilst you were doing that kind of unglorious work, the council were watching us on TV, listening to us on the radio, and seeing us in the press. I hope that made a difference.
It did.
It certainly made a difference in Manchester. When iGas came to Manchester, 43% of the population of Manchester supported fracking. When they went, 73% opposed it.
Wonderful.
And so, a year or so after the 5 months the camp came to an end, we cleared up, had a big party, removed every scrap of litter from the site, left the place in a better condition than we found it. And so we've been coming up here ever since. And of course, a year after Barton Moss, Lancashire did vote to become the first council to oppose a fracking application. Now then, it did not end it, but it did mean that when they arrived here, start of 2017, they did not have a social licence, and that was quite clear, and that was very, very important.
Martin Porter taking through this journey through the anti-fracking movement.
But,
and how it all links up and fed each other. Day
to those of you who turn up here. Must seem the same every bloody day you come here. But fracking's always had two angles, a local and a global. It's been about local pollution and global emissions, local democracy and global responsibility. And whilst things may not have changed very much here over the last 2.5 years, in the outside world they have changed massively. We have had Greta Thunberg and the Paris Climate Conference. We have had the global student strike, and we've had Extinction Rebellion. The world has moved on, and Quadrilla have been stuck here. Fracking always seemed to be the last gasp of the fossil fuel dinosaurs. Here is where they're finally going to expire. We always had the argument, no new oil. After this, there really may never be no new oil. This might be it. Quadrilla will go. They will be forgotten. But you, all of us, we should not be forgotten. And we should not forget ourselves. Barton Moss, we call ourselves the rise of the resistance. Here in Blackpool at Preston New Road is where it reached its peak. Here is where you won. Here is where we said, one big final, frack off. And let's say it now. 1, 2, 3, frack off! Thank you very much.
Thank you to Martin Porter. Next up, I think we've got Mobius Loop.
Do they need this? Do they need this?
Who?
Mobius Loop.
Where?
Oh, there's two men really at the end there.
Hold on, they've been here for a while, but Tina, you're making me nervous.
I am sorry.
That makes me nervous.
I make people nervous. I stand in the way. Right, it's going to stop.